Mistful Crimson Morning's Reboot demo. That's what I'm covering today. I know, you must be surprised. You just made a video on the original Mistful Crimson Morning. Why are you making a video on the Reboot demo now? You don't usually cover demos. I know. The demo for the Reboot for Mistful Crimson Morning has got 7. So I feel comfortable enough making a full video on all these 7 songs. Besides, I really like this OST. Is it perfect? No, of course not. But just based on these 7 songs alone, okay, I guess 5 out of 7 songs, just based on them, I am super excited to see the full mod release. Besides, you guys really wanted me to talk about it since I got a lot of comments asking about the reboot. And I mean a lot of comments asking about the reboot. So here we are. Without any further delay, let's go ahead and talk about well, I was about to say this amazing OST, but then I realized we gotta start at the bottom, and very unfortunately, the bottom happens to be really bad. Now, before I talk about my bottom pick entry, I want to just go ahead and remind you guys of something. All of the videos I've ever made are all just based on my opinion, my preferences to what I like and I don't like in FNF songs. And if you don't like that, that's fine. Just don't expect my opinion to align with yours, because then that logic would have to try to apply to literally everybody, and I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I want to be honest and transparent with you guys about what I like and I don't like. That's what it always comes down to. So if you like the song I'm about to talk about, good for you. However, Surrogate. As far as I am concerned, this is not a song. This is a glorified atmosphere. It is so desperately trying to be scary and creepy and uncanny that it has basically no real rhythm or melody, because all of its cards are placed into the quote-unquote horror. Now, if this song makes you feel uncomfortable, congratulations. Their goal succeeded with you. With me, I don't have a single tiny littlest bit of discomfort listening to this one. All of the melodies are boring and bland and generic for the song, which is crazy because Strom worked on this one. You know, the guy who made Boulder Brash, Silly Billy, Red Killer, Your Compy, Important, Fake Baby. What happened, guys? But outside of the awful melodies, which by the way I could really dig into more, like the fact that there's just this super long, dragged out Squidward solo that has nothing to it and just feels empty and boring. Or I could talk about how much I hate the pop-off due to the chromatics and the lack of rhythm again, but I'm gonna go ahead and move on because I've said my piece on rhythms. They're all bad, outside of one, which happens at the very final transformation. That was a good rhythm. I can admit to that. The problem is, it is so overshadowed by all of my other problems, I can't reasonably like it. And then there's the monster, Impostword, I think is his name, which, okay, great, you added a mimic creature. It's like, I haven't seen that 100 times before. Whatever. I hate its chromatic because in the first half, it's just a more demented, boring Squidward voice that's trying to sound intimidating and ends up just sounding bland. And then again, by the pop-off, his chromatic gets really high-pitched. I guess he's trying to mimic Squidward. But it doesn't do anything for me. All it does is make me mad because now it sounds like nails on a chalkboard. But you want to know what the biggest insult about this whole quote-unquote piece of music is? It's the instrumental. It is nothing but long, droning ambiance that does no favors for the vocals. It just ends up being super boring sleep material. They add some piano sound effects every once in a while, and I think maybe drums somewhere in there. The problem is that neither of them stand out, and because they are just placed in there at random-ish points, it has no real impact. And also, to add insult to injury, right at the end, they just cut off. There's no payoff, no satisfactory ending, it just cuts away. Thank you for that. Now, to play devil's advocate for Surrogate, because I've seen some defense for it, I know someone could write off everything that I've said and simply say, the song's not trying to be intense or climactic or any of that, it's simply trying to be creepy and eerie. To which I can give credit to, yes, the song does achieve a sense of eeriness. At least for a lot of people, and if it does for you, like I said, good. It's achieved the goal for you. For me, this kind of quote-unquote horror has basically no effect on me. Translating horror only through ambiance doesn't do it for me most of the time. I like horror through storytelling, not through whatever this is supposed to be. So because it has no impact on me, and since the song is so focused on trying to creep you out, and because it doesn't creep me out personally, the song fails, and therefore, when I try to find at least a good piece of music under the horror, I find nothing. That's why it frustrates me so much. But I will give a few little compliments as to why I don't think that this is a complete and total awful mess. The art is fantastic, but people don't like it when I bring up art because it doesn't affect the ranking. So, there are some points of melody, and Squidward's chromatic is good in this one. It's just so quiet that it frustrates me. So there are some elements that technically work, and it's not like this song enrages me to blind fury, nor does it give me a splitting headache or anything. And despite the fact that it is 5 minutes, I will admit, it really does pass by very quickly. It doesn't feel like 5 minutes. So, despite the fact that the length should be a problem for me, it really isn't, because it just all sounds the same after a while and it passes by super quickly. So, that's nice for me, I guess. If you love this song, good for you. Tell me in the comments why you love it so much. Because at the end of the day, this is not a type of song that appeals to me at all. If it appeals to you, great. It doesn't appeal to me. That's the end of it.
And now you're telling me they thought they could drive?
You know it's sad when the joke song of the mod feels like an actually pretty decent song compared to your big epic song that you've been trying to promote for most of the mod's lifetime. That's depressing. Dripboard isn't great. I mean, yeah, its biggest problem is the bass that's just super loud and pretty obnoxious, but outside of that, the song is fine, mainly because it's literally just Humiliation again. No, this is actually just this mod's Humiliation, just sped up with a super annoying bass added to it. So I should hate it, right? No, not really, because the melodies from Humiliation are still really good, and I still like the chromatics, and I really like the clarinet stuff, but all of my compliments that I could give Driftwood are just in Humiliation, but Humiliation is just everything better. Still, for a joke song, this is genuinely not even bad. Like, it actually is kind of decent. Sure, it is just Humiliation, but faster, so I can't give it originality points, but since it's a joke song, I'm not really looking for something original, and they could have done way worse. So this is perfectly acceptable as far as I'm concerned for a joke song.
Where's my drink?
I don't know.
You call yourself a delivery boy? Well, I ain't buying!
Delivery is, I'm just gonna be honest, I was a little bit worried I wasn't gonna like this one because, I'm forgetting the name of the original YouTuber that this is, based on. It's like Pam Tree or something like that. Look, I'm gonna be honest, I avoid that person's content pretty much completely because I generally really dislike it. I see it as like the bottom of the barrel lazy horror that's like not even trying. I don't really like it. But, I mean, if that's your cup of tea, then sure, enjoy it, I guess, but I don't. However, I was shocked that I actually kind of like this song. SpongeBob's vocals are too one-note for me, which is the biggest issue I have with the song. If he had a bit more variety in his notes, I would like this one more, because BF sounds good, and the instrumental is surprisingly solid and catchy. And some of the melodies are decent too. The duets don't really have anything that stick with me, but outside of that, they're still fine duets. And I guess this song doesn't really represent the original YouTuber's style in a way, but then again, looking at what happened with Surrogate, I think I'm more than happy with a song from this mod trying to avoid being uncanny, because, yeah. Delivery is perfectly fine. Kinda just there for me. I enjoy it, because I vibe with it. And again, I really like this instrumental, it's very good. I just wish that SpongeBob had more to his vocals. That's really the biggest thing that this song is lacking, because otherwise it's catchy, it's not too long, it's perfectly fine for what it is.
Buns on my pizza.
Paradise is a lot of fun, but it's not amazing. This is just a giant step up from Plagiarize in every possible way. Coconut Fred has an actual chromatic now instead of just really annoying sounds that were not in all musically timed. Wow, yeah, no, I really hate Plagiarize. I love the art style for this song, by the way. It's so fun and bouncy and eye-catching. It's really, really good. I love the way this song looks. Especially with all the animations from BF and Coconut Fred. They're just so full of life and charm. It's great. And the music's full of a lot of charm, too. The instrumental is a lot of fun. Coconut Fred's chromatic really blends in well with everything else going on, and so does BF. It's all mixed in pretty well. The melodies are decent. I think they are catchy, but they are a bit too repetitive. Like, I feel like the whole song kind of over-relies on the one key melody that the song has, outside of a few points, like the slow part and the guitar solo. Well, actually, it's not a guitar solo, because BF is still singing. I kind of wish that Coconut Fred's guitar moment just had, like, all of the spotlight, and BF just stopped singing for a minute. I personally like it a lot more when instrument moments in FNF songs have all the spotlight, because it allows me to be more invested into that moment. But with BF singing here, it's just sort of a good part. It's not like peak or anything, but still, the guitar sounds great, and the melodies are also really good. This whole song is just really good and super charming, and I really like it. But the top three are infinitely better, because wow, the top three are really, really good.
Do you think Krabs will show up for his humiliation?
I know I liked the original Humiliation, but this version is so much better. It's kind of beautiful. I love the instrumental. That opener, that dun-na-na-na-na, is so good. It's so well done. I didn't think I could like that so much, but it hooks you into the song just perfectly. Squidward's vocals are really good here, a huge step up from the old Mistful Crimson Morning. A lot of the melodies are really nice and pleasant, and BF finally has ditched that really awful old chromatic that was in the original mod. Best decision so far I have seen from this reboot. I don't think I can fully articulate just how happy I am seeing them make that choice. It was so good to hear BF sing normally. And the instrumental starts slowly stepping it up a bit as the song progresses. It has a really good flow. Like, it doesn't overstep how it goes. It just takes its time, and I love that. And this build-up right here is legendarily good. It is such an earworm, and the way the instrumental rises, it gives me chills. It's so amazingly good. But then, of course, there's the big moment of the song that, I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of shocked wasn't done last time. Then again, Mistful Crimson Morning's original thing was a long time ago. That was way before instruments were commonly used as, like, standalone moments in FNF. So I guess it kind of makes sense in hindsight. But yeah, no, Squidward pulling out the clarinet here for the beautiful ending is just, like I said, beautiful. It sounds amazing and is a very nice close to the song. And then BF pulling out the harmonica, oh, it's such a good pairing. It's just... it's good. I really like it. It doesn't have me jumping in joy or anything, but this is a very beautiful start to the mod. I do kind of wish that the ending lasted a little longer, since it does feel a bit short. Still, a fantastic ending. And I haven't even mentioned it yet, but the art style is just gorgeous. And if the original team is listening to this video, I want you guys to know something. I freaking love how you designed BF and GF. They look adorable. Please keep them like that for the rest of the week. Like, they are... oh, I love that art style. It's so good. This song is just so good.
Propaganda don't work.
Propaganda is unnecessarily good! Like, okay, if I'm gonna be honest, the very first time I heard this song, back when it was an older version of it, I actually hated it. Like, I thought it was awful. So what changed? Well, for one, this version has a lot more life put into it, especially in the instrumental, which is ridiculously good. It has so much catchiness to it, and it's just so much fun to listen to. However, I remember my biggest issue, and it's still somewhat an issue for me personally, Ronald Reagan's chromatic. Yeah, that's the guy right there, in case you don't realize what this is referencing. Research it yourself, because it's funny to talk about, but at the same time, I think I'm just gonna avoid any potential political talk. So, back to talking about funny FNF song real quick. Ronald Reagan's chromatic is really good. I just wish it was a bit more clear at a couple of points. Especially during the dialogue, like, for some reason, I don't feel like it's mixed in well, and he sounds a little too quiet, which is such a shame. Because it is a really good chromatic, it's just a bit too quiet for me. SpongeBob, however, sounds amazing. So much better than he did in the original Mistful Crimson Morning. Like, I just really like it. And the dialogue points are pretty funny, and they don't distract, nor do they take away, nor do they take too long. So they're well implemented. And then the Powerpuff Girls show up, which again, faithful to the original parody that this is referencing. Even down to the fact that the pink one is the only one singing because she's the only one that talked in the original animation. That's funny! I don't know these girls' names. I've literally never seen anything Powerpuff Girl related. I just know that that's what they're called. And that first turn with her showing up is really good. Like, melody-wise, it's super solid. And then the rest of it just has this fun, frantic pace that's super good. It really does feel like one big argument scene that's kind of one-sided. And then there's the ending. Oh boy, that ending goes so hard. I don't know why I love it so much, but I just do. The entire ending fills me with so much joy. It's so ridiculously good.
Folks, good work.
You're not ascending to godhood. You're just dehydrated.
Out of my way!
So, after I listened to this song, this remake of Dehydrated, and then I went back and listened to the original, yeah, the original went from D to F because now I have zero reason to at all care about the original because this version is just 100,000 times better in so many ways. SpongeBob's grammatic is peak. It is so insanely good. How is it this good? The instrumental is a bop. The melodies are addictingly catchy. BF has a good slide during the main chorus. And the I need it is incorporated so well. Like, wow! It is so good! This is an insane glow up! And the more times I listen to it, the more I love it. I didn't expect this, of all songs, to end up being my favorite for this reboot. And who knows, maybe there will be a day where that won't be true. Maybe when the full reboot announces and even more songs are added, maybe I won't love this one nearly as much, but like, I don't know, for as much as I wasn't expecting anything crazy for this song, it ended up being so impressive that I can't help but adore it. I don't even have anything else to say. It's just a catchy bop of a song. And also the running segment they added in looks so good and caught me so off guard, but I remembered that being a scrapped thing that they had as part of the old Mistful Crimson Morning, and seeing it actually finished and polished here, woo! That was cool. A banger of a song that is really just the embodiment of how much of a glow up the old to new really is for Mistful Crimson Morning. And there you have it. Mistful Crimson Morning's Reboot demo has been ranked. I'm very much looking forward to the full release of this mod. It's going to be so much fun talking about it all. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and here's my tier list. Yeah, definitely more positive than the original, that's for sure. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!